Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. Yeah, all I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. Yeah, someone save me, tell me what to do. I think I'm going crazy. Someone take these problems out of view before they go unhanging. Someone save me. Everything up in the air and I can't stand to hang. The end is not, the end is not, the end is not, says the friendly guy. I see in puddles of water that filled with COVID-19. Was a strange year for me. I sold myself up on a screen so I could put my weed and escape all of my dreams and go somewhere else. Anywhere I felt would do as long as nothing felt. Sit for a buzz, I probably needed a hug. Built a pattern instead. I made the pattern my friend and we still hanging out. He introduced me to his clique, that's where I bonded with doubt. I made a pact with self-pity and shouted out to the city that I'm lost, someone get me before my demons can rip me in the shreds of a man. What do I had? Got no plan and I thought that was fine for a while. Then I remember that my thoughts isn't wine. They evolve with the passage of time. I think my crying is ugly, but must think wine and divine. The way I do it in rhyme, like this a piece of my mind, and not a piece of the trash. All this cold piece that got bad. Mojack's probably my dad. From all the ways that I act, think I should hang up my hat. Like I said 2 albums back, instead of pushing this crap like it belongs with the mass. And not all just for myself, bitch, I be selfish as hell. I throw myself in a cell just to never share me with nobody else. That be narcissistic, I just live in my hell. Somebody help. I got a question, if you could save me from where I'm at, would you help? Probably not. Sorry, what you say? Yeah, all I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. All I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. Someone save me, tell me what to do. I think I'm going crazy. Someone take these problems out of view before they go and hang me. Someone save me. Everything up in the air and I can't stand it hanging. Someone save me, tell me what to do. I think I'm going crazy. Someone take these problems out of view before they go and hang me. Someone save me. Everything up in the air and I can't stand it hanging. All I got is questions. I ain't ever hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. Yeah, all I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. Yeah, someone save me, tell me what to do. I think I'm going crazy. Someone take these problems out of view before they go and hang me. Someone save me. Everything up in the air and I can't stand it hanging. The end is not, the end is not, the end is not, says the friendly guy. I see in puddles of water that filled with COVID-19. Was a strange year for me. I sold myself up on a screen so I could put my weed and escape all of my dreams and go somewhere else. Anywhere I felt would do as long as nothing felt. Sit for a buzz, I probably needed a hug. Built a pattern instead. I made the pattern my friend and we still hanging out. He introduced me to his clique, that's where I bonded with doubt. I made a pact with self-pity and shouted out to the city that I'm lost, someone get me before my demons can rip me in the shreds of a man. What do I had? Got no plan and I thought that was fine for a while. Then I remember that my thoughts isn't wine. They evolve with the passage wasted your time. I think my crying is ugly, but must think wine and divine. The way I do it in rhyme, like this a piece of my mind, and not a piece of the trash. All this cold piece of got bad. Mojack probably my dad. From all the ways that I act, think I should hang up my hat. Like I said 2 albums back, instead of pushing this crap. Like it belonged with the mass, and not all just for myself. I'd be selfish as hell. I throw myself in a cell just to never share me with nobody else. That be narcissistic. I just live in my hell. Somebody help. I got a question. If you could save me from where I'm at, would you help? Probably not. Sorry, what you say? Yeah, all I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. All I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. Someone save me, tell me what to do. I think I'm going crazy. Someone take these problems out of you before they go and hang me. Someone save me. Everything up in the air and I can't stand it hanging. Someone save me, tell me what to do. I think I'm going crazy. Someone take these problems out of you before they go and hang me. Someone save me. Everything up in the air and I can't stand it hanging. Hey, don't worry, come on, don't throw up. That's okay. Don't hear me celebrate, don't when it color me. Darkness is novelty, but still pray it don't swallow me whole. Hope God in all of these verses in ponderance. Her surface is faltering, but I'm constantly wandering through its cracks and its crevices. From love of the deficit, I better set the tone straight. No, it's in everything. I struggle to find it still. If time could rewind a little, always hungry for younger me. Any version but current me. I roll with the current. Hope it takes my uncertainty. But certainly nothing for certain. Open the currency. Exchange is a currency. Changing the landscape. I hang on the words we speak. I think I should let them go. I think I should let them go. I think I should let them go. I wonder if heaven's doors open for everyone. I see that the devil run along with the angels. I'm still angry at my pops, though we dead and gone. Some cuts turn to scars and they stay for good. Got too many things I wish that I never saw, things that I never heard. You told me yo every hurt, now it plays on a loop and I'm hanging on every word. I think I should let it go. I think I should let it go. I'm always turning to medicine, like that's to my detriment. I wanna be a better person, but I fall short of every goal. I wanna be honest, but I'm lying on every song. Someone smack me right now, or I'll never grow. I blame it on everyone, except the man in the mirror, I see everyone. Sometimes I hate that the sunrise, wish it fell and it never rose. From the thorns on top of every rose I ever hold, I just think I should let it go. I don't know if there's really good in the world. I see the selfish in every soul, but I'm trying to change up my viewpoint. Hang it up with those new chords that I choke down with a loose chord. These days I'm trying to do more, but I sit on my ass a lot like this armchair or throne in the castle of Camelot, and me and Greg at a round table. Hope this was a sound fable for all y'all to listen to. Really hope that you listened through, heard how parts of my soul sound, and how Greg and Monster laying them chords down. I open my doors now, spread out my arm wide, find love at day's end, see glory in mom's eyes. It changed up my whole life. These days I ain't gotta worry much, just gotta make songs cry. I've done that for a long time, but I hope that this song smiles. I'm tired of teardrops, hope all this fear stops. We stop and smell the flowers while they all in bloom, and every afternoon wasn't always doomed and dread. And the world up at its end, got these thoughts that we keep hanging. Think it's time we let them rest. It's time that we let him go. It's time that we let him go. Hey, don't worry, come on, don't throw up. That's okay. Don't hear me celebrate, don't when it color me. Darkness is novelty, but still pray it don't swallow me whole. Hope God in all of these verses in ponderance. Her surface is faltering, but I'm constantly wandering through its cracks and its crevices. From love of the deficit, I better set the tone straight. No, it's in everything. I struggle to find it still. If time could rewind a little, always hungry for younger me. Any version but current me. I roll with the current. Hope it takes my uncertainty, but certainly nothing for certain. Open the currency. Exchange is a currency. Change let him go.
Whoa. All right, what's going on? What's going on? Let's go ahead and get the announcements out the way. Tonight, 7 p.m. is a live training. I'm probably going to start doing these videos in the morning because typically with the email system, some people get messages, some people don't. So we're going to start doing this. I'm going to start using this YouTube channel a lot more. Oh, Heidi Green. We're going to talk about that. That's not necessarily true. All right, you started a C Corp. I got a lot of folks who are starting C Corps. You know you're going to enter into dual taxation with that. Just saying. Just saying. What's up, reigning woman? Pretty much. I don't know what is going on. I don't really do that, Lucifer. I really don't do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. What's going to happen is we're going to have a live training 7 p.m. tonight. I sent out emails about an hour before. I'm going to send out that, and we're going to get into it. Now, this is something new that I am introducing, the 8-week Fast Start Bootcamp. The 8-week Fast Start Bootcamp. I know it's a lot of people are just kind of dragging their feet. So this is going to be an 8-week intensive that I'm going to do like I did 30 Days to 2,500. Where I would come on every day at 3 o'clock and I would drop training. So I'm going to do this for 8 weeks, Monday through Friday. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a live webinar. And you know, if you're in the corporate toolbox, you get this. If you're in the art of holding, it's a little different. If you get it before April 1st, if you get in the art of holding, because it's not part of the bundle, what I'm going to do for everyone who's signed up for the art of holding, I'm going to add this to your login. And then when April rolls around, it will be a standalone product where you would have a choice of the art of holding, or you have a choice of the Fast Business Bootcamp. All right, man, get that Divvy card. Get that Divvy card. So why am I doing this? And I wanted to have this because I've been doing stuff all day, researching. There is virtually no content on YouTube how to start a business from scratch. There is plenty of hustle stuff. There's plenty of template business stuff. But there is no how to start a business from scratch stuff. There's nothing. So if you were to go to YouTube and it's like how to start a business from scratch, there ain't nothing there for you. There ain't nothing there. Nothing. So one of the things is I have noticed is that in terms of YouTube, there isn't like this live stream, how to start a business from scratch. People are not interested in that. Well, I should say some people, or a lot of people are not interested in that. Yeah, Kevin, there's nothing. It's all of this, like what you will see, especially with the younger demographic, is a bunch of challenge channels. Like the Black Hustlers Club is like, hey, I'm going to do a 24-hour channel challenge, see if I can make some money. And this is hustling, you know, in the name of the channel is the Black Hustlers Club. So he's living up to his reputation. But these are not the things to, because essentially when you hustle, you always have to find another hustle. You're always hustling. You're always, you cannot, it's hard. There's some hustles that you can turn into long-term businesses, but most of them you can't. Most of them you just can't. So I want to get into the exploration of, like, you're sitting at home, right? And you're thinking, I want to start a restaurant. What would I do? And when I start my real business with real entrepreneurs, I'm going to get someone who I know has had a successful restaurant for 15 years. And I need to reach out to her. But this whole how to get into business, there's no one really talking about it. There's no one that's talking about it. No one. And, you know, even Grant Cardone, Valuetainment, they will talk about upper level tactics of businesses that already exist, but there will not be any information for someone who wants to literally start a business from scratch. And I feel that is why the template businesses are so popular. And I'm about to tell you, I was watching this guy who was giving out some false information about age corporations. And he said he had a trucking company and he got out the trucking company because that wasn't his jam. And I don't really know, because he said he used age corporations, which I fully don't believe. And I really don't know. I really don't know. But I do know this, that many of these template businesses, if you get into them, you're going to grow to hate them like you hate jobs. You're going to grow to hate them with a passion, because one of the things that I'm going to do in the 8-week boot camp is teach you how to start businesses that are in alignment with your strengths. That's one of the things, because I see a lot of training. I see a lot of things disguised as businesses. I don't really see any, because, you know, here's the thing. There are multi-millionaires who, if they came to YouTube and talked about their business, they would not do well. There is a certain tactic, because right now there is a posse of internet entrepreneurs who have big followings, who link up and they drop game together. And that is an internet business model that is predicated on getting fans and followers, and not necessarily, it's a business to it. Let's not get it twisted. It is a business to it, but a lot of these guys teach template businesses. Like right now, one of the big things is credit, how to turn credit into cash. This is a big, big thing, because most people can understand, I have a credit card. How can I use that credit card and turn that into cash? And some of the business models are somewhat dubious. But once again, I cannot say nay or yay. I just feel that some of these business models are dubious, because also I had someone that was talking, and this was interesting. Like, if you have bad credit and you want to get a secured credit card, you want to get the highest limit you can for a secured credit card that converts, because this is going to set your limits for future credit cards. If you get a secured credit card that unconverts at $300 and you've got a $300 credit, I mean, what can you do with $300? What can you do? And this is a mindset that I want to, because right now, part of the culture has a problem with parking cash on a secured credit card. Every time I have this conversation, it's like, well, I could put that money somewhere else and I could be earning interest. Let's say you got 10% interest on $5,000. That would be $500. More than likely, there's not many places that you can put that $500 to $5,000 and get a significant return. More than likely, 4, 5%. So $250 is going to put you behind by actually taking a year to fix your credit. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. The templates aren't based on what people already know. You still have to learn that skill in the business side of it. Kevin Davis, this is why most people fail Amazon FBA. I mean, there's a lot that you have to learn about running an internet business. Takes a very long time. Pretty much. There's YouTube and there's the real world. Because essentially, I have a lot of friends who have businesses, and if they came on YouTube, they would not be successful. There's a certain way that you have to do YouTube, which I know what works. Like, if my Savage Finance was 100% based on credit, how to get credit offers, I would have probably close to 100,000 subscribers, because that's what people are looking for. What's up, Donnie? Yes, and we're gonna, because essentially I've got because I'm gonna start this April 1st. What day is April 1st? Because it's gonna be Monday through Friday. So let me see. April 1st is a Thursday, so we're gonna go Thursday and Friday, and then next week we're gonna go hard that whole week. Because what I am seeing out here is opportunity. No one is talking about this stuff. No one. It's all of this template hustle stuff that is not going to help you long term. It will help you in the interim. It will help you temporarily. But like I've talked about, having hustles that literally evaporate on me. Literally. I feel that, even if he's successful, it's still going to take 7 to 10 years for all these changes to work in. He won't be the president when this thing finally kicks off. But yeah, they're going to try. Donnie, just keep stacking your 4K. Just keep stacking your 4K, man. Just keep stacking money. Because see, when you stack money, you prepare yourself for opportunity. So just keep stacking. Keep stacking, keep stacking, keep stacking. But, no one is talking about how to build a business from scratch. Building businesses have what's called commonality. First, first thing you need is an audience. Audience or marketplace. And this is why people love Craigslist. This is why people loved eBay. And this is why people loved Amazon, because they're established marketplaces where people go to look for things. And this is why template businesses are so popular. However, what you will notice, because I have a series of videos here on YouTube talking about no eBay, no Amazon, more money. and I predicted with stunning accuracy what was going to happen to eBay and Amazon. Because essentially, there are people who are successful with Amazon and eBay, but here's the thing. They're very well capitalized. They're not doing this with, once upon a time, you could have started eBay with $50 and literally parlayed that up to tens of thousands of dollars in a year. You can't do that anymore. The competition's too tough. Same thing with Amazon. You could have started Amazon FBA with $500. Can't do it anymore. You got to start these businesses starting with a minimum of $10,000 to $20,000. And this is a template business with established marketplaces, and you still need to come to the table with 10 to 20K. You still need to come to the table with that. And this just tells you that there's so much competition that is going on with that like, I got a friend, and I'm going to have him on the show. He has a very different business model. And, once again, we're going to get into, because I'm going to do the corporate stuff in the Fast Start BootCamp. I'm just going to go over the corporate stuff. But where I'm going to really spend the majority of the 8 weeks is on prepping yourself to be successful. Because I understand that people are stressed. I understand that people are hurting and they need a really quick solution. And I got something to say to those people. If your situation, if your financial orbit is rapidly deteriorating, get a job. Because this will make you susceptible to all types of scams, thinking that you can spend, once again, leverage. I want you to think about it. There's one program, they charge $1,500, $7,500, and $15,000. And purportedly, if you spend the $15,000, whenever you make a sale, you get $10,000. So for a $15,000 investment, now once again, stick with me. You invest $15,000. Every time you make a sale, you get $10,000, and you don't have to do nothing. You essentially give them their $15,000, and they have this system and this marketing thing. And, you have to spend the money for the marketing. So if you only got $15K and you don't have money for marketing, the business isn't going to work for you. Yes, those were the good old days. Good old days have gone, man. They are gone. I started my eBay journey with $250. That's when I was all over the place. The niche I specialized, you got to spend $500 minimum for the best deals. You got to drive all over the states for them. You, Anthony Johnson, just explained a very strong and true point. Once you got real with your eBay business, you had to spend more money and you had to work longer hours, which is the antithesis of what people are being told with these template businesses. You don't have to work that hard. You don't have to do that much, and you can make more money than you make on your job. Anthony Johnson is that comment. I'm leaving it up for a minute. That's the reality of business, especially in the beginning. Because essentially, I've heard from more than a few people that when people are having these conversations about crypto, since I am framing this, and I'm going to frame it right here for you guys, is I have a thesis. And my thesis is that you would be better off starting a small business that makes $1,500, not $5,000, not $10,000, not $20,000, not $30,000 a month, but $1,500 a month. And this is something that the average person can do. you would be better off making that additional $18,000 on top. The thesis includes you're keeping your job. You're not quitting your job. You're keeping your job. And within the 3 years, you will be in a better financial position by doing that than investing in the stock market or investing in cryptocurrency, because here's the math. And I'm about to give you some more of my thesis. Over half the country makes less than $33,000 per year. And then 75% of the country makes less than $60,000 a year. What people have is an income problem. At 30-something thousand dollars a year in Atlanta, you are struggling. You know, if you make $35,000 and you live in Carrollton or Anniston or someplace like that, you can get a place where your rent's going to be $600 a month. But are there jobs that pay $35,000 in Anniston? Typically, no. And then when you get to 42% of the country makes $18,000, this takes into account for the Annistons, the Carrolltons. And so most of America has an income problem. It's not a discipline problem or even really a spending problem, because how can you ball out on $33,000 a year? I mean, you can only spend so much because you're making $33,000 a year. You're only getting $2,400 a month. And with your rent being $1,500 and your car payment being $500, that's 80% of your take-home pay. Those two things. So it isn't that people are buck wild or doing stuff, and this is why people are losing it with the stimulus money, with the stimmy. They're going crazy because this is the first time many people felt like they've had any money in their life. Appreciate that. You don't purchase an LLC license. You organize an LLC, and depending on how fast you want to do it, it could be $100 if you want to wait 2 weeks for them to get around to it, or you could spend $200 and get it done in 2 days. 30K is ghetto living in Cleveland, Ohio. Hey. You know, Steve Jamerson, you know, I saw not one, not two, but 3 dudes selling water at intersections yesterday. I was like, is this a new hustle? Man, that's a very salient point you just made, because essentially $35K in Metro Atlanta is struggle wages. So this is why you have people who will move in with their girlfriend. He makes 35, she makes 35, and then they can have a little comfort and some luxuries. Oh, medical isn't cheap. 17K stimmy, the stimmy. They're going for the stimmy. And the stimmy just revealed how poor Americans are. So I have another thesis that I want to share with you guys. And this is part of my agenda of creating 100,000 corporate citizens in the next, I'm probably have to extend that to the next 10 years. The goal is to help 100,000 people get to a position where they start a business, and the income target is a net profit of $250,000, which is let's see, 250,000 divided by 12. Whoa. Divided by 12, not multiplied. So that's 21,000 a month. That's the goal. That's the goal, because at that level, you can become an investor of significance. You know, I'm being really careful with my language, because Since I've started this with this, I have a thesis. A lot of people are commenting and pushing back on these crypto channels because I've seen this comment several times. It's a lot of people are bringing up your points because even if your crypto takes off, okay, let's say you only have $300 to invest in crypto. They ain't gonna really get you much crypto. It's not gonna get you much Bitcoin. It's not gonna get you much Ethereum. It's just not. What's up, Nolan? Dante, the advice you gave about getting on someone's authorized user, I just did it and my score shot up 66 point. Now I'm getting pre-approved credit card emails. Hey, so whoever put you on their credit card must have had an old credit card with very good credit. They sell water all day in Cleveland. Wow. Yeah, man, those are struggle wages. 35K is struggle wages. Like I'm going to give you the classification of income as I know it based upon my experience. When I left that boarding house in 1999, you know, Rent-A-Crate started me off at $38,500. Adjusted for inflation, that's like me starting like almost 70K. That's what Rent-A-Crate started me off with. Then I went to Panel Systems where I was making 60, which is 6 figures adjusted for inflation. And then I went to Business Environments and I made 6 figures. And with each jump in income, I saw my life change. So most of America has an income problem. They don't really have a spending problem because, I mean, you want to get yourself a chicken biscuit every morning. That's like $7. That's $7 times 5. That's $35 a week. That's $140 a month. If $140 because you like to get a chicken biscuit every morning is breaking your budget, you have an income problem because that ain't a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. $5,000 a week. Yeah. Once again, 250 net profit. Which means you're going to be making more, but this is the income target to get 100,000 people to making 250K. Now, why 250K? 250K opens up the door where you can, number one, live well. You're making 250K, you can live well. Also, your taxes are going to be about 70, maybe 50, you know, if you got the right deductions and, you know, you shift a lot of your living expenses to the business where you really are kind of living for free like I do. But let's say you're, you know, you do the 250, you pay 70 in taxes. It's going to leave you 180. So you can live on 80 and take 100K a year, which is $8,000 a month, to invest and become an asset-based millionaire within 7 years. Because see, that's the thing that people don't understand. Everyone wants to be an investor with peanuts. It ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. I think one more, Steve. I think they're going to do one more stimulus check. I think it's going to come in the fall, and we're going to see what we saw. Oh, I checked the news. Man, they were wilding out in Miami. They were wilding out. I'm like, people are tired of being pent up. Yes, I saw 3 kids selling water. I mean, it was interesting. Man, it's funny. Bitcoin is very risky. Jacob, first thing you need is more than getting your business up, is getting your mindset up so you can do that without burning out. This is a big adjustment because this is one of the reasons that I recommend you start your business while keeping your job, because you've got to make this mental transformation. You got to make this mental transformation. So it's going to take you some time to acclimate to being a business owner. That's funny. No skill set equals income problems. Definitely, definitely. Josh Barr, the problem with stocks and crypto is you don't choose when you get paid. The market does, and capital gains tax is steep. Hey, that's a very good point. You don't choose when you get paid. When you have a business and you're out there doing service, you get paid every day. You get paid every week. You get paid every month. It's a very good point, Josh. Oh, careful investment. Yes, like I said, you don't understand. Like when I did the numbers and I did the research, the average Robinhood investor has an account size of $4,000. And then the average E-Trade account investor has an account of about 180 to 200K. And the average Schwab investor has like $500,000. Big difference. Big difference. Houston was wild over the weekend. Hey, they were like, man, they were out. They were out. NFSTs, this is a new thing. I'm not really familiar with it. Well, we're going to be talking about that and how to start a business from scratch, because one of the reasons that I'm being honest with you guys and sharing my insights and things with you is I have seen a lot of people say that saving money isn't the thing. And the people who are saying that, because essentially next month, I'm probably going to do another ATM shot, and then I'm going to stop doing that because I'm going to take that money and put it into something. But the people who are saying don't save money have a financial device that is putting a lot of money in their life. So essentially they have money coming in their life so fast that they really don't have to save money beyond an emergency fund. Because I saw one guy and he was just like, because essentially what happens when you experience success is and when you have long-term, durable, sustainable success, you kind of forget about being poor. You forget about the struggle. Like, I can't even remember what it was like to be broke. I can't remember that. It was so long ago. I cannot remember what it was like. I can't even remember what it was like to have a car payment. I can't remember. How do you decide what service business to start? Is that going to be in your new boot camp? Yep. We're going to be talking about how to do a self-audit so you can start your business. Dallas was crazy this weekend. Malls packed, crowds everywhere. I grabbed my food to go and headed home. Hey. Well, this is one of the things, Rod, for real estate. I've seen numerous YouTube ads talking about you can invest a little piece of money and it can get this big return very, very fast. And this is what I like to call the stock market marketing department, because, you go to an investment site and they'll have it that, the chances of you becoming a billionaire with investing in stock is 0 because they know the math. But many people are thinking that you can become a billionaire by investing. It ain't going to happen, because even the billionaires who are billionaires, there's something that's very common about 90% of billionaires. They're all old, 70, 80, 90 years old, which tells you establishing a $1 billion fortune takes time. Even if you have a business, it still takes time. Tesla is 17 years old. Tesla. And Tesla just really started cranking in the last 3 years. They just really, Tesla, let's see, what was Tesla's stock? Let me see. 10 years ago? Well, Tesla stock in 2019 was $65 in 2019. It was $62 2020, and it just started pumping and it went to 130 January 2020. So Tesla stock, the stock that made Elon Musk a billionaire, and it took them 16 years to get to where they are now. 16 years. Tesla was founded July 1st, 2003. Tesla is 17 years old. Let's go with the max. Tesla stock was $8 in 2013, 37. It was 30 some dollars to 2016. It went up to 71. Go ahead and Google the stock trajectory. Tesla just started pumping, and it's 17 years old, and they just started pumping. This whole notion that you're going to become an investor, and then, someone shot back, well, they're billionaires because of their stock. Once again, how did they get so much stock? Because they founded the company. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, they founded the company. And do you know that each one of them have a defined selling program? Because they have so much stock. If Elon Musk was to sell like 5% of his stock, he would crash the price of Tesla. So they have periodic times where they sell so many shares of their stock and convert it to cash. How do you change your mindset from an employee to the business owner? We're going to talk about that. Cash Flow Squad. I wrote a book about starting a business from the ground floor in 2018, but I think you should write one because you have a much stronger following. Also cover the grind. Well, there's going to be this boot camp, and there's going to be some books. There's going to be a book called A Corporate Citizen. I need to get that set up. I got a lot of stuff to do this year. In Cash Flow Squad, you kind of illustrate what I'm saying, that people who know what to do, who have the knowledge to do certain things, they can come to social media, and because of the marketing that is done by these scams, some of these things are outright scams, and the marketing that's done for these hustles, which work, but they don't really tell you the downside of a hustle. And essentially you can become a real person. Like, I knew that once I changed the content that my views were going to tank. I've changed, like I said, on Savage Finance. I know if I wanted my channel to be to 100K subscribers within a year, I needed to talk about credit. There's a guy, there's the credit plug, there's the credit game. And a lot of people are drunk and addicted to credit. And there's no fundamental understanding of credit, because I can get the credit, then I can get the funding. But guess what? They still don't know how to run a business. This is one of the reasons that I say having personal debt is dumb. Corporate debt, using other people's money to buy assets that make money, that's really smart. But personal debt is dumb. It's just dumb most of the time. It's just not going to work out for people. Having the edge, this is a point that I consistently make. Having liquidity, having cash money, which is like, I literally saw... there was a guy who did a video that said savers for losers. Now, this is what's funny about this guy. He puts this out on his YouTube channel, but he pays cash for cars, and he has a very large emergency fund. It's very interesting. NFTs is the new money laundering. I got to look that up. Oh, we're going to get into it, Hottie. We're going to get into it. Allie, you got to run what I call tiny experiments. We're going to cover that in the course. You want tangible. You want tangible assets. Oh yeah, I'm like this is my thesis, and this is because I'm having to frame the conversation in the language this way because I have so many people Bitcoin, 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 crypto, crypto, crypto. Like I said, if you're a person who makes $31,000 to $35,000 a year, and you started a small business that made $1,500, not $5,000, not $10,000, not $20,000, but $1,500 per month, which is like 400 and some change per week, which is something that the average person can do if they hustle and kept your job. This would be better off for the average person who has a low income than investing or buying crypto. Once again, that's my thesis. That is the thesis. Pretty much cash is king. Because essentially, Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, Grant, who loves to say cash is trash. Grant probably is sitting on probably 100 million cash. Because Grant may say one thing, but Grant is not a fool. And Grant, with his large business exposure, he has to be sitting on cash. He cannot be running lean and mean, just spending all his cash, because if something happens, he's in trouble. So he cannot. I wouldn't be surprised if Grant Cardone is sitting on 100 to 150 million in cash. You want to know how I know this? Remember the story of the plane that their CPA hit him up and they had like 60 million in cash. And he's like, we need to do something with it. We got to pay taxes on it. So he bought a plane. This was in 1 year. This happened in 1 year. So I think Grant is probably sitting on 100 to 150 million in cash. But he keeps saying, people, cash is trash. Not really. Not really. Fluid flows, this is one of the things that I consistently tell people, that a lot of these hustles, you're going to be in trouble with them at some point. Candace P. Stimmy. They were spending that stimulus. You got to have a plan. Yes, cash. And Grant Cardone, if you listen to his story, he saved up a lot of cash to take advantage of opportunity. The hunt for yields. I remember hearing about, like I said, Tesla is 17 years old. Tesla just started pumping. Last year, 2020, Tesla just started pumping. Before 2020, their stock price was $60. They just started pumping. 16 years later, they just, Yes, we will be talking about holding companies. Because that's what I have. I have an S Corp. So yes, we will be talking about that. The boot camp is going to start the 1st of April. Because like I have learned from my many years of creating training that I have to give people time to get in. The day is the 22nd March. So essentially there's 9 days before April 1st. But we will start this April 1st. And if you get the art of holding now, you will also get the boot camp. But after April 1st, it will be a standalone product. The corporate toolbox has way more. And also, if you want to go ahead and get in the corporate toolbox, you will get everything. You'll get the YouTube Super Creative. You get the Art of Holding. You get everything. But yes, the corporate toolbox has way more. Be careful investing in Tesla. Major car companies are pushing big in electric vehicles. Audi, BMW just revealed their new cars. Hey, like I said, at some point, Amazon is not going to be what Amazon is. All companies have a life cycle. And Jeff Bezos knows this. He's even admitted this. Yes, Tesla was founded by Mark Eberhard and Mark Tarping. Elon was a heavy investor, now CEO. Hey. Elon money raised money via SpaceX to keep Tesla afloat when they nearly went bankrupt. Like I said, like everyone is like Tesla, stock. But they've not actually gone ahead and done the research. Tesla just started pumping, man. At one time, an extra $500 a month would have prevented a lot of bankruptcies. This is the point I'm making. This is the thesis. Go ahead, get you a business. Your first income target is $1,500 per month. Then once you get that and lock that down, then we're going to move up to $2,500 per month. Because one of the things I am sick and tired of seeing are all of these ads saying that people can make $20,000 and $30,000 a month, do no work, have no skills, and just quit their job in a few weeks. Really. I really would love to see the math on that. In America, we want to swing for the fences and go for the home run instead of getting small wins that add up. Pretty much. Roger Marine, because they know what's up. They're emphasizing leveraged debt without discussing the equity they have in their properties. Grant Cardone is, because, since I want to buy an apartment complex, you have to put 25% down, Ron's. So this is something that is like, he owns 25 to 30% of this property outright. But we ain't bringing that up. Simple math tells you any investment in Bitcoin would mean probably 500 billion new cash flood into crypto just to double your money. I heard this morning that $53 million was it like 53? I think it was $53 billion went into the stock market last week. And this was people taking their stimulus money and putting it in the stock market. Well, Tyrone, it's coming. It is coming, because there's only two things that are developed. Well, Steve Jameson, this is one thing you will see. A lot of trucking companies will have some issues because they're not managing their companies well. So you will see this. Beauty for one, how much is what? Hold on. Becoming a corporate citizen. Let me go ahead and look. You need to start up how to set up your parent companies. All right, so you want to go here Tyron. Okay. You want to go there, Tyron, and go to step 7 and look at my corporate structure, my holding company structure, and examples, articles of organization template. And if I will go over this tonight, if it isn't in there, I'll put it in there. Because essentially what you have to do is create an S Corp. Fluid Flows, they spending money, man. They spending money. They spending money. And I'm going to start doing these live streams a little more regularly because I kind of fell off. Because we got a lot of stuff to do. But Tyron, if that isn't in there, I'll put it in there in the next 2 days. I'm trying to get my trucking company rolling at ASAP. Well, you got to start your holding company, and you got to get your trucking authority, and you got to get your DOT stuff. So you've got a few weeks, because essentially, do you know that you got to get your trucking company set up and pay your insurance for a month before you get rolling, which really sucks. Pretty much, Roger. Pretty much. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. It's 5:25 at 7 p.m. We will have a live training. I need to send out that email to let people know. And we will have a live training Thursday at 3 p.m. Seasonal balling sponsored by the government. All right, man. If you want to be part of the 8-week intensive boot camp, you can go ahead and buy the Art of Holding, and I will add this to your bundle. And in April, it's just going to become a standalone product. You could get the Art of Holding for $1,800, and you will get the intensive boot camp. But you got to get that before April 1st. You got to get that before April 1st. But yes, people are out here spending this stimulus money. They're enjoying themselves. But yeah, I got to get ready for the training tonight. So I will see you guys later.